Bet. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got the signal from Lee. I'm the one and only M. Soto, Music, Life, and Love podcast. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all joining us once again. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure you listen to us on Apple, Spotify. Got any topics you want us to kick? Music, Life, and Love 88 at gmail.com, or you could just hit us up in the DMs. You know what I mean? Very special episode today. I don't want to give out too much. I want to, pan it to the right. My guy, Gillionaire, what's going on, bro?
I'm chilling, man. What's going on, Soto? How you feeling, family?
I'm cool. I'm on this, this red couch. I'm on this velvet red couch right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not usually over here, but you know what I mean?
It's a different look, man, because usually you be on the table and everything like that.
Yeah. So. It's funny. Black and red, and I'm wearing black and red today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's that energy for today.
Yeah. It is Friday, so that is kind of like the color.
Oh, red.
Black and red. Oh, well, red. Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh, man. Yeah. I see you got the cup in your hand. You sipping on something nice.
Fiji. I'm sipping on Fiji. You know what I mean?
Water on. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? It's hot outside. You know what I mean?
You already know.
But
sir.
So definitely, this came about rather quickly. More quicker than what I thought it was gonna come through. So we have an alumni here, and then we have some newcomers here. So without further ado, we have to my right, Miss Teresa Davis. How you doing?
Woo woo! You already know.
Welcome.
You know
back.
what I'm saying?
You already know. I'm home, baby. I'm home.
You back? You at the new location?
Yeah.
This gentleman right here that we have, I'm just gonna say it like this. The first time I read anything that he actually had, and he was, he had it published, I was 14.
Go back.
I was 14 years old, and one of the reasons why I actually read his book was because I was in homeroom and I saw like every girl in that homeroom with this book.
Oh, that's a good sign.
And I was like, all right, cool. That was my intro to speak to the girls in the classroom. So I'm like, yo, what is that about? Oh, it's be more careful. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know anything about that. Because at that time, I wasn't out in B-more. You know what I'm saying? I was in Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I went to high school at. So we're going to get into a lot of his history. We have Mr. Shannon Holmes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So,
Let's
welcome.
Let's go. We appreciate you. We do have a few more individuals. We got Legend in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's going to come through and kick me out at some point. You know what I mean?
Sweep up.
Yeah, she's going to kick me out at some point. But not before I get what I need to get out. Trill's supposed to be joining us. Hopefully he call in. You know what I'm saying?
Trill DC, baby.
Yeah. Trill CG, wherever he's at right now. I don't know if he's downstairs or not, but we about to go get him. And then also, I would like for you to introduce to us this lovely young lady here who is in some of the projects that you have coming out to my left, but to y'all's right. I want you to go ahead and let us know who you are.
Hi, I'm Christine Puckett, and
yeah.
in the movie, I am Nicole, or I play Nicole.
Okay. And what's the movie again that you playing?
Be More Careful.
Okay. Once again, man, so many questions. I don't know. Where should I start?
We should go back, man.
You want to go back?
We should go back where Mr. Holmes started from. You know what I mean? What brought him here? What's going on?
So let's go back to where he started from, because we know he's from the Bronx. But tell us the story from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let us know, give us an insight or just like a walkthrough.
Okay, briefly. My family background, I'm a twin. I got a twin sister, Shannon and Shanta. So my mother thought it was cute to name me Shannon, but I've had so many fights over my name growing up as a kid. I think I was short for a long time, I'm the last of 6.
Oh, 6 kids.
6 kids, 3 boys. We was the Black Brady Bunch.
Wow.
Okay.
3 boys, 3 girls.
Oh.
So my oldest sibling is 10 years older than me, 9, 8, and then it's a gap, it's 5, and there's me and my sister. They didn't even know they was having me when they had me.
Wow.
So I was destined to be special.
There you go.
I was destined to be here today. But, I come from a military family. My father was in the military. My brother did 8 years. My other brother did 5 years in the military. And when it came to me, I knew I wasn't going to the military. because I didn't like taking my father's orders. So how would I like taking a stranger's orders, yelling in my face? This was when the military was the military. None of this watered down stuff y'all got now. None of this sensitive stuff, desensitized stuff. This is when my brother came home and told me, he said, yo, the drill sergeant told him he never seen a Holmes with teeth.
Wow.
So I knew I wasn't going, you know what I'm saying? But it was expected of me. That was my, you know, you going? Cause it was just like a gift. Like it was like the family business.
Like a tradition, basically,
Yeah.
for all the males to actually go through that.
So I said, nah, 8 years old, I knew. 'Cause my brother left at 18. My next brother left at, a couple years later, I was 12. He left at like 7. My parents signed him in, he finished school early. So, and they went on to be cop, CO, the court officer in their careers, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really come from, we had struggles. People think the biggest misconception in the world is just because you come from a private house, you rich. That's a big misconception. We struggle with, you know, I didn't have everything I wanted. I had everything I needed, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 6 kids. So could you imagine, you know, but as each sibling left the nest,
Yeah.
things got better and better for me and my twin sister.
It was more
We had
room.
so actually I had the best opportunity to succeed. I can remember my uncle telling me, yo, I thought you, you know, a long time ago, you'd be successful a long time ago. I said, I did. Just on my time, you know what I'm saying? So I did succeed. Thought you'd be successful. And that was crazy that he even said that to me. Not crazy, but just hearing it from somebody else, like, damn, like, because I had the opportunity was there, but I chose another route. Back when I was 14, 15, crack came out. An epidemic that would rock the black community.
What year was that?
We're talking about 80s, huh?
85, 86, 84, 85.
Talking about 80s for sure.
So, you know, I really wasn't in the street like that, dibbling and dabbling, nobody knowing, you know what I'm saying? The first time I got in the street was, I came from playing basketball. And my man was sitting on the steps. He was like, yo, I cut through the drug block. I went to school over there. So he was like, yo, hang out with me, chill with me. I'll buy you anything you want to eat. All right, bet. Give me chicken wings and french fries. and the Hawaiian punch.
That's the beat.
He bought it for me. And I
From
sat
the
there.
Chinese spot, right?
Yep, I sat there and watched him do his thing. And that kind of reeled me in. And I said, I don't got to touch nothing. You getting paid for this shit? Bad.
Damn.
So he was a lookout. You see, so when it was my turn, put me on. He said, yo, shorty. Older dude was like, yo, you don't got to touch nothing. Just let me know if anybody go to them on my staff.
And that was your first job.
So that's my first job. Okay. But of course, you can't stay that way. You can't throw dirt and hide your hands. Not in the drug game.
Yeah.
You got to make that sale.
Yeah.
So one day, I was working for an unscrupulous drug dealer. He's pretty big, a very big guy. They called him Bouncer, so you can imagine what he looked like.
Okay.
He's big.
Yeah.
So he like, yo, shorty, go over there and take that thing to this lady for me. I was like, yo, I don't make no sales. He was like, what? You do what I tell you to do? Almost out of you. I was like, I'm looking up, I'm like, oh. So I went over there all nervous and stuff, and then my brother's friend saw me. So he's looking at me like, yo, like I'm going to tell, but my brother's a half a world away. I wasn't scared of that.
I was about to ask you that. I was going to say if any of your siblings, while you was doing all of that, knew exactly what was going on.
Nobody knew, but they would know. You know, word get out. Like, you see you in a drug block all the time. I can't keep saying, yo, my friends live there. There's only so much of that I can say.
Right.
Even though they did.
Right.
So it did get out. My father's friends, my father had friends that knew me that I didn't even know.
Oh.
So it was on the main strip, and they let's just say Greenmont I'm on Greenmont Corner. And they just come by, they see me, but I don't see them. In the car, you can see people don't see you.
Yeah.
My friend said he saw you today. So I just started getting sloppy. I would be counting money and put the money on the toilet.
Ooh.
Get up and leave the money. My father would come in the bathroom behind me. Whose money is this? I don't know.
It's gone.
So my father was a disciplinarian. Big man, man. I remember one time my father smacked me so hard I thought he punched me.
This is off of, this is because he caught you, like, doing any...
Oh, it was
you know,
school.
like that.
If I get in school, like, certain things I said it's an automatic ass whooping. If them teachers call home from school
Uh-huh.
and he got to go to that school, that's an automatic ass whooping. No questions asked.
A lot of people don't realize, like, back in the days, parents didn't play when it
didn't
came to
play anything.
education.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got it as well, too.
Yeah,
Trust.
my father, they ain't from the country. My mother from South Carolina, my father from Georgia. Hardworking people. So I wasn't poor, but my father was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a father. I had a father, but my father did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was raised a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, respectful. On my block, I was one way. When I got off that block, I was a totally different Shannon that they didn't know. So, you know, I'm influenced by what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing dudes go out of town,
Yeah.
broke, come back with Benzes. Think that shit's not affecting me?
Yeah, that's the life.
I come from the microwave generation. I want my shit right now. Not the shit. So
Yeah.
I'm seeing these dudes, and you know, and this is where I kind of get my storytelling from. They would come back with these stories from out of town, how they was doing it.
You became fascinated.
Yo, we would sit around like a scoutmaster talking to the Boy Scout troop.
Yeah.
He tell them how to tie knots, whatever they say in them little campfires. We sitting around on the cars, listening. Yo, I went to D.C. I'm knocking dudes out like they jumped out of windows, and then he would get on the floor and act it out. So I come from around a lot of great oral storytellers. They would take you there. So that was a part of it, right? So when I got a chance to go to D.C., I was 16. I went. It was me, my man, God bless the dead Toy. He got killed in Baltimore, but that's a long story. That was an inside job.
Okay.
Anyway,
Wow.
so he got killed in Baltimore, right? Rambo, me, Toy, and Rambo. So we went to D.C., got a little drugs, whatever, sold our drugs, and came back. So I can remember my mother asking, where was you at all day? Because I didn't get back to the wee hours in the morning. We left like 9 o'clock, jumped on the Amtrak. So boom, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Whatever's going to happen to me when I get home, I'll deal with that when I get home. Because there was no cell phones back then. No beepers back then. You have to wait till I get home. Where was you at? Oh, I went to Great Adventure and the bus broke down.
Yeah, you gotta roll with it.
She got to roll. What she going to say? She can't catch me.
The street lights already came on and everything, and you
it was
wasn't
the wee
even
hours
home.
of the morning. It was
Right.
3 o'clock in the morning by the time I arrived back at the Holmes residence.
Yeah.
So what age was that?
That was 16 years old. I
was
was to DC.
16.
We bust a move to DC.
Okay.
Me and my 3 friends, right? So after that only whet my appetite. I was going back to school, but I'm still in the street, dibbling and dabbling. And it's just like, as I got older, I physically filled out. I got more defiant. I'm not really respecting not disrespecting him, but yo, dudes is like, yo, Shannon, how do you do what you do when your father's like that?
Wow.
Dudes is really, because my father was like James from Good Times, that physique.
Wow.
Oh.
Big guy.
Big
He was
guy.
a big guy. He's not that big anymore, but you know, get old, your bowstring. But
Of course.
my father was a family disciplinarian. He beat, if you was his nephew and my grandmother called and said you did something at her house, or her sister called and
getting that
he
ass
would-
whooped.
it wasn't no, you not my father. What? That would get you something else. That would get you even more. My father
Yeah.
But
whipped the ass for the whole family. You ain't have a father, he was your father.
but apparently that
It wasn't
wasn't
enough.
that wasn't enough to stop you.
It wasn't, because I was growing, and I said to my man earlier, Shah, I said 2 things prevent people from doing very bad things. Hell, their spiritual belief in God, and jail, their fear of jail. There's people that will kill you if they wasn't scared to go to jail.
Oh,
Take your
yeah.
life like right now, not now, like right now.
That is true.
The consequences would
Yeah.
prevent you from doing a
So
lot of things.
I really didn't have that. Like when I went to church, I didn't feel that. I went to Catholic church. I never felt it was just robots. Sit up, sit, stand, kneel. Sit, stand, kneel. Pay your time. It was the same thing. I could set my watch about what we were doing, about what we were doing in church. Be like to my sister, oh, it's time to go. I knew it. 'Cause they did the same thing. Only thing that changed was the sermon.
What's the sermon? That's it.
We believe in one God, the Father, the Almighty. And we was the only black family in it. No, one of the only black families. So that was crazy. Like that was like, I never really felt like, I never got any spiritual awakening in the Catholic church. So that was one, right? So I started not fearing my pops. That was 2. Started seeing them niggas coming back with that bread.
so-
That was 3.
Yeah.
That was the deciding
No,
factor.
no church. Father wasn't
For having it. My father wasn't having it. My father was like, yo, Shannon, all the things that you want, you're going to have in time. Now, my father, at 16, my father had me taking city tests, city exams. I was passing. You can't put no multiple choice in front of me.
Oh,
I'm gonna get that.
It was C's all the way, right? C,
So
C.
boom. So I passed the test. It was like it's just a waiting game.
Mm-hmm.
So when they called me, I was already in my first incarceration in Hagerstown, and I can remember me calling home and and hearing the hurt in my mother's voice. I'll never forget that. She was like, "The city called here for you today." She was thinking that I wasn't ever gonna make nothing of myself.
Right.
Cause I remember these boys would write my sisters from jail, be having them jailbirds. And I became that dude that she was talking about.
So look, we not going to just skate over that. So you got locked up. Walk me through when you got locked up and how in terms of like the feeling you felt when you know you got caught. Walk me through that time.
Yeah, what was going
I got locked up a few times in New York. Wasn't nothing serious. And then one time I did get locked up for the sale. So I get locked up for the sale. They had formed a new team, a new drug and task force called the Narcotics Task Force, T&T.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was like, yo, that man right there, he wants something. Before, we had never experienced anything like that. Them setting us up for sales. That was from mob and big drug boys, not the corner dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Served the dude. They rushed me over, choked me out. I had to crack in I had to spit it out or have it in my gums. Nasty shit, but
Yeah.
they buy it. So I'm trying not to go to jail.
Right.
So I get locked up, but I was 16, so I didn't really go anywhere. I got they call it Youthful Offender Act, 5 years probation. But that didn't stop me.
5 years probation.
Yeah, 5 years probation. That didn't stop me. So in the midst of all that, I go to D.C. I leave home. The money's too good now. I'm just like, yo, that school always gonna be there. This money might not. Let me go. It was so bad on my block. It was to the point. It wasn't who was on the block. It wasn't who wasn't on the block. Half of my block was in D.C. Like in Southeast and wherever we were in D.C. in Maryland. So like if we had beef, we would form like Voltron. Yo, call us. And we always had to, so D.C. was pretty wild. And let me say this about D.C. I've never felt danger in my life the way I felt it in D.C.
Really?
Damn.
The animosity for New Yorkers was so high out there.
Wow. Wow.
But it wasn't always like that, but New York dudes made it like that.
Yeah.
They came out there with the gunplay and dudes just started responding. Dudes woke up and picked up guns. So I went to D.C. I caught my first major charge in Maryland. Bail's out, $5,500. Then gets locked again. They didn't give me no bail. Then I get to 8 years. I go to Hagerstown. They called it the farm back then. Because you could like smell the manure and stuff like that, like from miles around. You could skunks and all that type of stuff.
And at what age you went upstairs?
I want to stay at 18.
At 18. Okay.
18 years old.
Okay.
So, I meet dudes from Baltimore, and, we mesh. I play
it
ball.
up.
So ball is like you play basketball, you can make friends. You don't got to talk.
Oh, yeah.
You good.
Definitely.
It's a common language
Of course.
that we all speak.
Especially in the hood, for sure.
So boom, that's how I started meeting dudes and stuff like that. And I was a cool dude, people like me, man. I'm a likable, very likable guy. So,
Okay.
and I don't do no fuck shit to nobody, you know what I'm saying?
So you say you was nice, though. You was
yeah,
like, you
yeah,
nice
yeah.
with
I
the
wasn't the
handling
nicest in the jail, but I was nice.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? It was dudes in jail, like some of that like, yo, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah, you could beat Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Type of dudes.
Dudes was tough. It was one dude, man. I played in Philly, man. I couldn't do nothing with this kid. He would come up every time and say this, clear it out.
Wow.
Cross me up and be gone. I knew what he was going to do. I just couldn't stop him. He was like Allen Iverson. His crossover was better than Allen. Just unstoppable. This kid was unstoppable. He was tough. He was tough.
Wow.
Anyway, so back to that. So I make these connections. In jail, you go to jail, you try to become a bigger criminal. So, yo, you from, yeah. And call me when you get out.
Right.
I
Build
called
up
the
a
kid.
name. Yeah.
I called the kid when he got out. When I got out.
Really?
Looked him up. Came down there. 21st and Barkley. And that's why I wrote, I set that on that block. I said, be more careful on that block. Because of him, my man Boogaloo, Robert Smoot.
Okay.
So, and at that time, when I went into jail, it was some legendary dudes on the street from Baltimore, and them dudes
That was in there.
yeah, Tony Austin. There was a lot of dudes I crossed paths with, a lot of super dangerous dudes, and I would come home and see them, and they already knew me. Wow. We already had relations, so it wasn't like I was interfering with nothing they was doing.
Right.
They was really getting money. I was just there.
Yeah.
I was taking down some couple dollars, but they had the operations and all that stuff. So it wasn't a threat to me, and they let me live.
I was about to ask you, was there any type of like beef inside
I
jail?
never had a beef with a Baltimore cat.
Okay.
I hope never not to. I mean, like I told them before, I said, Joe, when a Baltimore dude mess with you, it's bulletproof. He got love for you, it's bulletproof. He gonna go against his own for you. I can go home and never see these dudes again, but he gotta see these dudes again. You know what I'm saying? But they just wanna know, yo, you gotta hold. They're not gonna fight for you. You gonna have to do whatever, pick up the gun, whatever. You fight, throw your hands, but they ain't not gonna let nobody bank you.